Hey guys, version 3.2 is only 1 week away, so let's go for a little bit of a content overview and talk about things further. This footage is, by the way, brought to you by our own very beautiful database that you gain access to if you join the Discord server and use the link in the description down below. Version 3.2 will be joining the fray on January 20th and it will stay here all the way to March 5th. We get the two new characters, Beryl and Broomy, who we have talked about in the deepest detail possible already multiple times on this channel. So I'm not going to go into much detail here, just stay tuned for the how to play these characters guides once they actually released, like I do always with every single character that releases. We get their storylines and the respective events attached to the characters, like it always is as well. And we get something that is absolute peak. Needless to explain, we get the Matilda anecdote. Furthermore, we will get 3 very cool and pretty good Euphoria updates for the characters Isolde, Calabauna and Anionala. We now start to dive into things that are a little bit more interesting, and there is a little bit more to unpack here because of the banners. Beryl, of course, she will join the game on January 20th, right when this version releases, and she will stay here all the way to March 5th. So from the beginning of the version all the way to the end. Cool. Then we have the next character, Broomy. She will join on February 12th, and then she will also be here until the very end of the entire version. February 12th for Broomy. Then you know that Anionala, yes, she receives her Euphoria in this version, but she will not be part of the Euphoria banner because she is a limited character, and therefore she gets her own separated rerun banner. You can pull for Anionala starting on February 1st, and she will stay here until February 15th. So this is the first banner that will not stay here until the very end of the version. So again, be aware that if you want to pull for Anionala to establish her new Euphoria update, you can do so from February 1st to February 15th. Now comes the most interesting part when we talk about the banners in this version, and that is the Euphoria banner. Let's first of all go over when this banner releases. It will be here right when the version releases on January 20th, and this is another banner that will stay here all the way to the end of the very version, which is March 5th. Now let's go over the characters that are in this banner. We have Ezra, that is completely irrelevant. We have Calabauna and Isolde, of course, they receive the Euphoria updates. Another reminder, Anionala is not here, she will receive her separated banner. Okay, now we thought, everyone should have thought that this banner is insanely valuable because pretty much the entire rank up team is present here. We have Marcus, we have Via, and we have Argus. That's almost a complete team and 3 very, very good characters. Or so we thought, because with the information about version 3.4 becoming available, we do not need this rank up team anymore. It kind of, honestly, falls off of a cliff. Why? Because a very, very strong argument, the strongest argument in fact, for this rank up team was that it is like the only present team available in this game with plant afflators characters. So if you want to hit the plant afflators for very effective damage, you kind of have to play this rank up team. Otherwise, you will not hit this plant afflators for very effective damage at all. You know what I mean? And this argument is now eradicated. It doesn't exist anymore because in version 3.4 we get a way better team that is also hitting the plant afflators for very effective damage, which is the new impromptu lineup based around Anan Lee and Paper Heron. That is gonna outclass this rank up team here by a mile, and therefore we have honestly no reason at all anymore to play this rank up team and to establish it. So this Euphoria was thought to be insane, but it is actually honestly pretty useless. If you pull for something on here, it's gonna be Isolde or Calabauna, right? If you already have these characters, yeah, then easiest choice you have ever made in your life. Don't pull for the rank up characters here, because of the reasons that I just explained. Cool. Then we have another scam banner, and this one is crazy scam. This is a completely dog shit banner. They should actually have called this not Boon underwater, but dog water banner. Because here, look, it is here from January 20th, right? Right when the version hits the fan, so be aware of that. It is not here until the end of the version, but quote-unquote only until February 12th. Cool. Then here, we can choose 3 characters from a selection. The 6-star that we will get is 100% one of those 3 characters, you know what I mean? Usually we can choose between 2 characters, like we have right now with Kiparina and Aleph, and that is already a scam banner that everyone should always 100% of the time, no matter what, skip, you know? It is, we call this a scam banner for a good reason. And here it is even worse because it is 3 instead of 2 characters. That diminishes the chance drastically by actually getting the character that you want. Okay, it gets worse though, because we cannot even choose every character from the standard pool, but we have a very limited selection here. This selection consists of Sabeth, Barcelona, Skipperina, Fatutu, Flutterpage, Mercuria, Windsong, Willow, and 37. The only character here that is actually worth aiming at, because at this point everyone has Fatutu and Flutterpage, there's no question about that anymore. And the other characters here with Mercuria, Windsong, Willow, not the best characters, or even Barcelona, we had tons and tons of chances getting our hands onto Barcelona. So yeah, see, there's a lot of options here that are not like really good. Even Hisabeth, right? She's part of the rank up team, and I just told you why this rank up team is not crushing it in the meta game anymore. So even Hisabeth is like kind of useless to go for here. Kiparina, if you want Kiparina, you pull for her on the current scam banner that is available to us right now. You don't wait for this dog water banner here to pull for Kiparina. If you really want her Kiparina, no matter what, you pull for her right now. You don't wait until January 20th. So this banner is crazy ass. Okay, now come insanely amazing things, or at least, yeah, let's go over them. There are super cool amazing things here, and yeah, some of those amazing things, they could be amazing, we don't know that right now for sure. The first thing is this one, this new gameplay mode here called the Syndrome of Silence. This is a quote-unquote brand new gameplay mode. It is a rework for A Series of Dusk, and that is incredibly nice, because look, if you watch my channel, you know that A Series of Dusk, the gameplay mode, is complete ass, right? They don't care about this anymore. The developers, they realized they fumbled this gameplay mode, it doesn't work, they don't know how to develop this. So they scratched the idea completely and are not developing this gameplay mode anymore, ever. Now they are also aware, and they are, of course, they couldn't be more correct, that Reverse1999 is lacking a huge portion of available content for us. We don't have content. There's nothing, right? If you want to play the game, you pretty much can't. The pre-storm protocol helps a little bit, but it's also very, very lackluster and still like in an alpha beta test phase. We are kind of the guinea pigs testing this pre-storm protocol right now, and it needs a lot of work. But point in case is that a roguelike mode, a grindable gameplay mode, like they tried with A Series of Dusk, is 100% desperately needed in this game. And with this new mode here, the Syndrome of Silence, they give it another try. They try again. And if they get this right, Reverse1999 becomes so much more of a better game. The quality of this game drastically increases through the roof if they just get this grindable roguelike gameplay mode correct. That's why I'm extremely excited to find out what the Syndrome of Silence gameplay mode will actually turn out to be. So through the roof excited am I for this gameplay mode. I don't know why I said that like Yoda. So then we have Critter Crash. I personally absolutely love Critter Crash. The last time this event was around, I did a 9-hour live stream grinding myself from 0 all the way to the highest possible rank on this gameplay mode in one sitting. I absolutely have a blast and I love this event from like the bottom of my eye. It's so good. I wish the only thing, right, that this Critter Crash gameplay mode needs is it needs to become permanent, and we gotta be able to play against each other. If this mode would introduce PvP, that would be absolutely gorgeous. It would be so fun. I would be holding tournaments, playing against you guys, seeing you guys play against each other, commentate the matches, and have a prize pool there of like a gift card or something. I would do amazing stuff with this, but unfortunately it doesn't have PvP. So but I love it, I can't wait for it, and now it gets a new adventure mode where we fight against bosses. Amazing, I can't wait to try that. I will have a blast with this. Cool. Then we have Main's Bulletin and War Room, no one cares. I'm kidding, there's actually something exciting here, believe it or not, because Main's Bulletin also gets a little bit of a rework. You can see this here on the left hand side of your screen. Main's Bulletin, the obscurity is added, witness level is added, and a new boss challenge is added. Now in Main's Bulletin you can give these bosses perks, different kinds of things added on top of their already existing kits and their power level. So what this boils down to in the end, and what this means, is that you can configure exactly how difficult you want these bosses to be. And the exciting part about this is that you can make this, if you decide to do it, you can make this right here, the Main's Bulletin, by far the hardest content in the entire game. It can be, if you want it to be, much more difficult than any stage in Reveries in the Rain or the Wailing Wall. So here the Main's Bulletin is now what it should be. It is here to really test your limits by an absurd degree. That will be very exciting. We will play around there a little bit and we will see how difficult we can make these bosses and like truly test ourselves here. Pretty cool. I'm stoked to find out about this and see this for myself as well. So awesome. Then in this War Room we get a new Psycube for Isolde. And that's pretty much about it, but we also have new garments here for our, what is his name? I even forgot his name. Excuse me, I don't know. Here, this guy gets a new garment, a 5-star garment, time waste kind of thing I always complain about. A new garment for Carla Bauna, of course. Absolutely beautiful. It's a Menace Vindicate kind of style for our Pocahontas. And since she received a Euphoria update, that makes perfect sense. We have an absolutely gorgeous garment that is super high quality for Isolde. Not only does she look gorgeous here as well, but actually she's an opera singer, and right now she sings her opera in German. With this garment though, she sings her opera in French. I think this is an amazing touch and a very cool idea for a garment for Isolde. So amazing. Then I think this is just a unique skin, a super high quality garment for Anionala. Of course, like Bluepoke is absolutely crushing it with their character design and making everything an absolute candy for the eye, and this Anionala skin is no exception. Just look at it, it's so beautiful, it is ridiculous. and we get a Carconia garment in the battle pass. Here I'm not the biggest fan of that garment, but yeah, right, it is what it is. We have reruns for garments. We have Giu again, Willow, Barcelona, Semmelweis. We have this super gorgeous garment that I also purchased recently for 37. So yeah, absolute beauty is hitting the fan. The Miracle Markt, yep, okay. Then we have here stuff for the Wilderness again, okay, also not too bad. We get a whole bunch of freebies, like here for example a free 10 pull on the barrel banner, then here 20 bunnies, 20 unilogs. Here this is super interesting because we get an item that we can open, and we will get a random 6-star character, any 6-star character from the standard pool that we don't own yet, right? That is the kicker. So the most amount of value here would of course be getting like what's her name, Sentinel, or like Kiparina or something like that, right? It depends a little bit on what characters you have available to yourself. Like Sabeth would also be welcome, because for free we take her. We would not spend bunnies onto the rank up characters anymore, but taking them for free, like Via for example. If you don't have Via, like there are a lot of good stuff here to obtain from this, but you could also like hit the corner and cry your eyes out if you get like Spathodea or something from this. So this is going to be very fun, seeing how like what everyone pulls out of this will be hilarious. Then we get the kind of the same thing, but for 5 stars. Here we can just freely choose any 5-star in the game and obtain them for free. You can see this here on the picture. The most amount of value would be something like Name Day or Loggerhead or something like this, right? It is not, it doesn't matter whatever you pick here. No one cares about 5 stars anymore. The best 5-star in the game is Buddy Fatfuck, and he's not viable, so it is pretty useless, but I'm happy to get Name Day. Why not? Then here there's this new thing. I don't know what this is. It is called Udimo Idle Gameplay. It is called Snapshot Udimorium. Okay, I don't know what this is. This has something to do with Unimos. We put them out here in the wild, and then this plays itself, and we get, I think this is just a visual representation to give us some rewards, to not just like throw them into our faces, basically. I think this is what this is. I don't know yet. Yeah, it will not be something groundbreaking or anything, just something cute and fun, I guess. We will see about that though. Yeah, and yeah, the battle pass and the preview were for 3.3, which we already know all about. And yeah, that's it for version 3.2 for 3.2. I think honestly this is absolutely amazing. We get a bunch of new cool garments. We get 3 like very cool Euphoria updates, pretty dope actually. We get like at least 1 very cool new character with Beryl. We have a rework for a series of Dusk. We get an update to Critter Crush. We have a rework kind of for Main's Bulletin. We have this idle Udimo gameplay, and I think there's a lot to like really be excited about here, and I can't wait. The things that I'm of course most hype about is the Syndrome of Silence and the Critter Crush, but even Main's Bulletin, if I'm being honest. So in my opinion, this will be an amazing version, and there is a lot to look forward here that is pretty amazing, right? Matilda's anecdote, bro, holy shit, that's big. And we get her mom, right? You will be hit with a plot twist there, but I mean, pretty amazing stuff if you ask me. So I'm giga hyped for the version 3.2, and I can't wait. I hope this week passes quite fast. And that's about me for today's video, guys. I hope that was fun and informative. If you are half excited as I am for version 3.2, you will have a blast waiting for this and be excited for something, which is always a positive thing. And that's about it. Don't forget to join the Discord server, guys. Take care of yourselves, have a great day, and we love this game.